I'm more of a sausage and eggs person myself. What do you think, Dino?
Um,
All right,
just eggs.
let's
Just eggs.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
If I only had you an extra day a week, Dave, because man, we were just talking about Skinwalker Ranch, and there's so many so many things that bother us, but yet we're glued and we're watching it. Oh man, I tell you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Horror Show. I am Dino, as always. That is Dave Plouffe. Yeah, and Mr. Binary. 10000111000. Anyways, I'm not going to.
It's actually Ruby's eyebrows, is what I did.
Oh, yeah. See that.
That'll be
nice.
more clear later in the show.
Ruby's eyebrows. And can I start this right off with saying, I cannot wait till we get midway so that we could talk about Kevin's room and how the freaking FBI come in and demolish the damn thing. Oh, I will talk about it.
Oh God, that's so good. That was one of my favorite scenes too. This whole kid.
Favorite. I mean, you can't meticulously go and take care of and find clues at the highest level. You need to throw books off shelves in a kid's room.
It would be like them coming into your studio and just taking their arm and moving it across your desk into a box.
Yeah, but not even that when he's throwing stuff off. Anyways, we'll talk about it. Hey, everybody. I already said welcome to the Late Horror Show. I said that. I got that out of the way, Dave. I introduced me. I introduced Dave. There's these people over here. Okay, so let me say hi to them. Do make sure you give a thumbs up, please. Check out the description and a link for Dave. Dave's got a channel. Go over and follow that. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I don't know why I said it that way, but, please do. Let's see. Francis McCloskey. Yes, everybody's names have changed a bit.
Oh, no.
Well, it's because, again, YouTube did this thing a while back, a couple years ago, where if you didn't claim your name, and it looks like you did, because you're still, like, your channel is at Dave Plouffe.
I did claim it, yeah.
Yeah, so you had to claim your channel. And I guess a couple years down the road here, which just started happening, their system's updating, and it's generating, like, almost new usernames and adding numbers and letters to the end of the names, and it's really pissing people off because of that. And I get it. I totally understand, but really quick. But that is the reason why, people. I know a lot of people are going, what the heck's going on? It was something you needed to do. You needed to claim that name, that channel name. But anyways, I digress. Thus, I will say hello to Albert Jacobs, $4.99 super chat, a pair character lying on his side, raising his arm while saying, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Thank you, Albert. Really appreciate it. Francis McCloskey is here. Gigi, what's going on? Horror Junkie for Life. I like how Lizzie put, what did she put? HJ4L. So, shorten it up. Yeah, not bad, Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, Horror Junkie. Good to see you, Ed Stathis. No longer Mr. Ed, but Ed Stathis. Good to see you, JLR. Black Roses, what's going on? Good to see you. Ezra's here. And this is a great episode. Can't wait to talk about it. That's for sure. Man, Dave, and I've been going back to some really old Art Bells. I mean, I've got my collection out, and I'm getting the ones you ain't finding on YouTube. Oh my God, some good stuff. Again, I need to send it to you, I guess. I never did send it to you?
No.
Okay, I'll get it to you.
All right. And you give me some dinner mints from BA Sweeties, because I'm driving everywhere. No one's got dinner mints. Like, hello, Bonds, Albertsons, Stater Brothers. No one's got them.
The country's running out of mints, huh?
It is.
Oh, geez. We're going downhill from there. Hey, Raj, what's going on? Good to see you. Nathan, and Kathy is here. Kathy 6930. I better not say all the numbers to all these names because I know everybody's pissed about it. How dare you change my name? I'm quitting YouTube. Hey Chris W, what's going on? I think I got it. John Swan. I can't miss nobody. Andrea's here. Okay, I went far enough up as I can. That's about it. Okay, what a great episode. I mean, it gets down to Fox's backstory with his sister and all of that, and it's personal. Man, I had tears at the end.
Okay, good, because I was like a 3-year-old girl at the end, man. It was just like, this is rough to sit through.
Yeah, it was. They ended this pretty, emotional. It's stuck with you,
Yeah.
But hey, Sally, good to see you, Sally. But yeah, no. Season 1, episode 4, Conduit, referring to Kevin, who is the young kid in this episode, who is the conduit between us and them.
I was looking for wires throughout the episode.
Were you looking for wires?
Yeah.
In your house, you mean?
Well, Conduit.
Oh, going straight to the box, right? Yeah. 220 line.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it all has to do with that, and of course, an abduction at the beginning, which we'll talk about. And go ahead.
Also, I just want to say that YouTube, IMDb rated this as 7.5. It's one of the lower episodes, but I looked at it and I'm like, it's a strong 7.5. It's like even a little bit higher for me as well. I thought it was really, really good. So
I think this episode, again, I think the people who watch X-Files are paranormal fans, are people who are into all of that kind of stuff, especially aliens and UFOs, and those people come here and they look at this story as it's laid out in the abduction scenario, whereas as a great episode, whereas some of the laymen will come and they'll look at this and they'll go, it's a bit long and drawn out. There wasn't as much excitement in this episode. You know what I mean? Like, you're not getting, big loud noises or jump scares or this or that. You got a story that's told here that refers back to Fox's childhood. And, I can see where it might be that 7.5, but I love it. I mean, it's
I thought it was a very enjoyable episode to watch. Even with the biker gang, I thought that was hilarious at the end.
Oh gosh. Well, that was that guy who was oh God, what was his name? Let me go back here real quick. Hold on, that is muted. The man who played the biker bartender is Donald Gibb. His name is Kip in here, who you'll find out that he's been at. The story revolves around the Lake Okoboji. Lake Okoboji. Whew. But he's got other, he's a biker. Oh, that's another funny scene when they go in the motorcycle bar. That's kind of funny. But Okoboji, there you go. Bo, as in B-O-W.
That's right.
Bo is somewhere there, but
she's just outside here.
Outside catching the neighbors.
Well, I had to move her because she was up right here. I'm like, I got to broadcast.
You need to go outside for a little bit till Daddy's done. Stop it. But he played in Revenge of the Nerds. I forget what his name was. He wasn't Booger, was he?
Oh, no. That's Curtis Armstrong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But he played in there. He was one of the brutes from one of the Delphi or whatever. Anyways, funny character. And he plays this, and he can't play any other character. You can't put him in a suit and I want to play a lawyer in this episode. Although he was in Night Court for an episode.
Yes, he was.
Yes. So anyways, Dave, let's start this off.
Before we do, next week, or next X-Files is I'm so excited. It's a paranormal monster with the Jersey Devil. So I can't wait to see what they do with that type of an episode.
Yes, I have that right at the end of my notes. Next episode is Jersey Devil, and that is going to be awesome to talk about. As we've heard the stories over and over on Art Bell. So there you go. But yeah, poor Kevin's room, and we'll talk about that now. But yeah, let's talk about Lake Okoboji. Okoboji.
You need to do it phonetically.
Okoboji. And there's a family camping there. So take it away, Dave. Bada boom.
Bada boom. All right. So we open up and we hear chirping of crickets. It's nighttime. We're by a lake. There's a fire, that's going.
Very tranquil scene. Yeah.
Quite honestly, I was looking forward to maybe a makeout scene between a guy and a girl on a lake. No, it wasn't. It was a girl and her brother. And
You're thinking of an 80s horror movie, something like Friday the 13th.
I absolutely was.
Because it opens kind of like that. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. So, I thought it was like trying to get in that teenage audience, what have you. But there's the igloo cooler and everything like that. And there's in the distance, a few feet away, is a camper. Why they aren't sleeping in the camper, I don't know. Maybe they don't like.
The kids want to go outside.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we find out that.
Remember those days, Dave, where we wanted to go outside in the tent? We didn't care if we got bit up. Maybe you did. I don't know.
No, I like to go outside as well, but now at this age, I'm inside, and
that's why Mom was inside the camper. Yeah.
Yeah. So we zoom into the camper, and the mom is up on like one of the high beds, and we start to see the shaking going on. And I wrote down it was about an 8.0 earthquake is what it felt like.
It was tremendous.
All the cabinets open up, dishes fall out, and she does the best classic fall out of bed scene. No wonder she's dead today. She's like the only person in the whole episode that died, probably from injuries sustained in this episode itself. She died at 59. I feel bad for her. But she catapults out of bed. There's a bright light. She hears the kids screaming. So the young son, she reaches for the door, burns her hand. Now, they don't mention this the rest of the episode, but her hand is bandaged up.
Yeah. And I like when she burns her hand on that doorknob because something has heated this entire camper up. She puts on a oven mitt, like George Costanza did for his hand modeling to not
very
get
true
ruined. But yeah, she puts on an oven mitt and then heads out the camper.
Thinking swiftly, she puts on the oven mitt. I wouldn't have done that. I'd be all sorry, I'm not touching that door again. But she's a mom. She grabs the oven mitt, turns the handle. There's the kid. Ruby's gone. Oh my God,
missing.
Yeah, and then like opening credits.
And evidently she's a tramp, is what we find out.
More than a tramp.
She
makes tramps look good.
But when we finally, I don't want to spoil it. When we finally, but yeah, no, evidently, the whole town, especially that sheriff shouldn't be talking that way about this woman's daughter. But yeah, he's calling her a tramp, saying, well, yeah, I don't think there's anything that she hasn't kissed in the whole town. But anyway,
except her brother.
Yeah, when I seen her, boy, I tell you, yeah, you would hope not. When I see her now, she looked like a very innocent woman. But, kind of pissed me off that they made her out to be that way.
Yeah, and then at the end, a little bit of domestic violence there. What the heck is going on with her?
There was a little bit of that, yeah. Hey, WWM is here. WWM 371. Rumor has it there's going to be an X-Files Lego set. Oh, don't you even. WWM. You kidding me? There's going to be a Goonies set coming out in November, I do believe. It's the entire pirate ship, and you turn it around, and there's scenes from the movie. It's the coolest thing ever. Look that up. But X-Files Lego set, that would be very, very cool. Oh my God, WWM. So yeah, she runs out there, and yeah, Ruby is missing, and and the boys sobbing, and yeah, next thing you know, we're back at FBI headquarters.
Not only that, it's the J. Edgar Hoover FBI headquarters.
Yes, it is.
That is
We're right there. Yes, and the man in charge. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's stated.
I don't know if he's got a name. I had written down section chief.
Good enough. Section chief is there, kind of talking to Scully and going, "Listen, Fox has this. He wants to go out to Sioux City, Iowa, and start a new X-file. He wants to investigate something that don't really seem to be something that you guys should be investigating. But there's a connection."
I didn't get it so much that, but he wanted an official FBI case number to it.
Yeah.
It's still an X-file. That's fine. But this was going to be like more promoted as we got to find this girl. And because of the, what was going on, they're all like, no way.
Right. Well, I think they needed to find out, listen, what is there more to this? And I think that guy, I don't know, whoever was in charge there was talking to Scully, he handed her to Fox's file on his sister.
Yeah.
He said, listen, do you know about this? This is, I think, why he wants to go out there. It seems like because what they have on the, he shows a newspaper clipping and it says teen taken from tent by aliens. So he says, this is exactly, I think, why he's going out there. He had a similar situation. He wants to go out there and investigate this. It doesn't warrant investigation. There's nothing to show that it warrants investigation. Could be just a girl that's missing. But anyways, they're going to head out to Sioux City, Iowa, and she knows all about it.
Yeah, but there's a great quote that Scully says. She goes, "That's strange, even for Mulder."
She does say that, yeah. Even for him. But evidently 20 years ago, his sister was abducted, and he saw it. I believe he was 12, she was 8. And again, it's very personal, and you'll see this throughout the series. Again, especially the ending of this, like I said, where I kind of teared up a little bit.
Do you remember the name of the sister?
Yeah, Sandra. Wait, his sister's name is Sandra, right?
Rose.
Sandy? That's the same.
Samantha.
Is it Samantha?
It is Samantha. Yeah. And she disappeared January 22nd, 1964.
Didn't they say Sandra in this episode? Am I wrong?
If they did, it was a mistake on their part.
I believe they made a mistake then, because I wrote that down.
Yeah, when you look at the file, because I screen captured it, it is Samantha Mulder.
Okay. I have Sandra Mulder, so we got Samantha Mulder. Okay. Maybe that was a goof.
You should put Ed Stathis's comment up on the screen.
Yeah, okay, Ed, here we go. Men in Black weren't playing around. You saw what they did to Kevin's room. I wouldn't consider them men in Black.
No, but what you can consider the Men in Black is something we'll be talking in about a month. In our next Art Bell, we're dealing with the Men in Black.
Yes, we will be talking about that on our next installment of Paranormal Into the Night. Remembering Art Bell, it will be Men in Black. So yes, I cannot wait. I always look forward to that. Hey, Carrie Class, what's going on?
Thank you, McCloskey.
Dave 1, Dino 0. Keep it track. That's pretty funny. I should do that too. Put a little scoreboard up over.
Oh, that'd be great.
But yeah, no, they're heading out there anyways because Fox kind of gives her some inside information. Yeah, on like the connection between the people abducted and how there were 4 other sightings. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, so we go back to Mulder's office next, and he's got that great overhead projector that shows slides, and he shows some UFOs, and he says, the government said that this was a weather balloon and a very harsh wind is what it was, making it all distorted and everything. And at Lake Okoboji, This was a Girl Scout troop was there, and he brings up the article, and one of the names he puts on is
Darlene Morris.
Darlene, I almost called her Dorothy. Darlene Morris, because she looked like a Dorothy. She looked really old for her age. And I could have sworn she was in a Halloween film, but she wasn't. She was in a lot of movies and things like that. But I wrote down, gosh, she looks a lot like Margot Kidder.
A little bit. She does have that look, 100%. But yeah, no, she's got a connection to back in 1967, this Girl Scout troop sighting, and her name was listed in the FBI whatever briefing, and so she's got a connection there. So evidently her daughter's gone missing, and Fox says this ain't no coincidence. So we're gonna head out there, which they do, to Lake Okoboji. Oh, gotta love that name. Hey, Shadow, what's going on? Shadow from the Tomb. Good to see you. Would you do caption this episode? Yeah, no, I'm going to do a lot. I don't know what I'm doing yet. But yes, so they're headed out. And where do we do from there? I don't know.
We're going to go off. What do we do? Darlene's house in Sioux City, Iowa.
Yes.
And Darlene's house, for some reason, they got a really good deal on a satellite dish because they popped that thing right in the front entryway, man. It's like there's room for a camper. They got a satellite dish, and then there's the front walk to their house. And their house is nice. It's a nice neighborhood. Yeah. They got a freaking satellite dish in their front yard.
Well, you know, back in the day, when dishes first came out and people... you would see that, and it was so ugly and ruined the look, the aesthetic of your house and your front yard. But well,
if you want to talk about a house that got ruined by the aesthetic of a satellite dish, back during this time, I was working retail. Tommy Lasorda was one of our customers, and we would deliver plants to Tommy Lasorda's house.
Really? Okay.
His house is really nice. It's a normal tract home. You would think a big mansion somewhere. No, it's not. Nice little house, suburban neighborhood, the backyard. NASA would have been all, damn, that's a big satellite dish. He had the largest satellite dish I've ever seen in a home setting. It took up like 80% of the backyard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, there were some big dishes. I mean, that sounds really big if it's taking up the whole backyard.
Yeah.
But hey, Peter, what's going on? Or Pete, good to see you. J.O.B. is here. Welcome. Harry Scott, hi boy donuts to you, my friend. Always good to see you. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a connection between the satellite dish and pointing that out through as the filming there, because they're going to end up getting that what you got in your name there, that little binary code, which all hell breaks loose when the feds figure that out. But I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah. And there was a good poignant part of this scene as well when they are invited into the house. The mom's all, "Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming in. If you scream loud enough, people will show up." But I didn't think it was going to be the FBI. And they walk by all the pictures on the mantle. And Mulder reaches out and touches the one with the daughter in them.
Yeah, it's showing the connection because his sister was lost. This kid's got a sister lost, so he's really emotionally invested in this, and the ultimate goal of figuring out what happened to his sister and all of this other stuff. And Scully's looking at him really sexy, very. Like she really cares. She's showing some emotion. I don't know why I said that, but
I'll tell you, I did not find Scully very sexy in this episode at all.
Really?
Not in her looks, not in her outfits, not even in her pajamas that we get to see in a little bit. It is just very dry Scully all episode long. So
not even in the pajamas. You're blowing my mind here, Dave. What is going on? We'll talk after the stream.
All right.
Maybe I got a good doctor you could talk to.
Unless you like her wearing, and never mind. Well,
okay. Anyways,
people.
So yes, so there's a connection there, and she's kind of seeing how emotionally invested he is, and that's the good thing about this series is this is how it goes throughout the entire seasons, where you understand why they're doing what they're doing, and she's following along, and she's even though he sounds crazy at times, she goes along with it. One thing I wanted to mention earlier too, we get a good like layout of his office in that basement, where his office is Fox at headquarters. I loved every single picture that was on the wall. You can almost stop it and look around a little bit for to see everything that he would put up before, even though there's a computer in here, before the computers had everything, you would print stuff up still at the FBI, put it up, connect the dots, the strings, all that good stuff, Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And me and you, we like the aesthetic of like rooms and libraries and offices and stuff like that, how they set these things up, because you don't get that nowadays. You just get a little square in front, and you could keep all walls plain. Everything's just right there.
Yeah. Here's my laptop.
Yeah, I can't.
Here's my charging station.
I can't live like that. Thus, I have
2 thuses.
Second, I know I have everything. There's not like there's not barely any room to put like a little sticker in between a toy or a Lego set, or I don't know. Anyways, let's continue on. So they go in and question the mother, and they're talking about it, and he wants to talk to the kid, Kevin, because he's sitting down, he's not saying much, and he's affected by this. But the TV's on, and it's got it's got the static.
It does. I thought it was a playoff of Poltergeist.
Well, now maybe this is a low 7.5 for Dave. Dave just,
no. I just think
what you don't like.
I could just see Skinwalker Ranch. Are you broadcasting at 0.6? No, we're not broadcasting at 0.6. Well, got static on the screen. Got binary numbers.
Well, why are you looking? And he's sitting there. Kevin is sitting there with his legs crossed in front of it, almost like Poltergeist. I get it. But he's writing down binary numbers, and he's asking him, about it, and he says, Kevin says, the little kid says they're coming from there, the TV.
So good. That was good. Really that. Again, my notes. Holy crap!
Wow.
That was so good. I thought just in the in the way they presented that is coming from the static.
Well, let me see that. Let me see the writing again. You might be able to write me a prescription. That's pretty. I like it. Hey, Kojo, Kojo, Mr. Professor. With that handwriting. No, listen, it's good handwriting. It's just looks like the doctor's handwriting. Good to see you, Kojo. Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah, kicking that soccer ball. Right, Dave? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we get to find out. They're beaming him information, is what they're doing.
Yeah. Rockets. Yeah, they're beaming the kid information. See, you're gonna take this and write it out. See. You're going to give it to the FBI.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Dave loves this episode. It's in his top 10 so far.
Well, it's in
we've only seen 4.
My top 4.
Now they're off to the sheriff's station.
They are.
Where this guy is just putting down, what's her name? Ruby.
Oh, man. Just slamming Ruby.
I'm just like thinking, oh, my God, this girl's just... How awful to have a child like that in a small town. Oh, my God.
He almost said Ruby's yearbook picture is her laying down. That's when we could recognize her.
Oh, my God, Dave. That's awful. Rewind. But yeah, he's this is how bad he is. But basically she was no princess, let's just say, so they're talking to him and they figure that out, and the sheriff.
Also, Fox Mulder was faxing in the numbers to one of his buddies, and he's all, "Yeah, can you run this through the machine, and I'll get you some Redskins tickets."
Well, that's how he gets called. Yeah, I do believe. Yeah, he's sending these numbers in, and they find out about it. But they walk outside, Fox and Scully, and they see a girl across the street. Well, Scully sees a note, and it says, "I'm across the street at the library." Right, Dave?
No.
Okay.
It says, "I'm across the street. Follow me."
Ooh.
And then they look, and there's this, blonde bimbo across the street, and she's all like that, and they walk into the library because it happens to be right there at City Hall, Sheriff, City Hall, library.
What if you got a note like that and you looked across the street and saw that?
I'd end up on a milk carton.
Really?
Because I'd be missing. Yeah. I'd follow her anywhere, and just all of a sudden, here's Dave in a grave.
She's like, "Hey, come on over here."
So here,
I'll meet you around the corner in a second.
I thought was one of the more hilarious parts of this episode, where you've got Tessa who's walking in, and then she makes a quick left.
Wait, hold on. Yes, you can, Francis.
Sure, you can.
Yeah. My favorite baseball team, the Cleveland Indians. So anyways, go on, Dave.
Yeah, so Tessa goes down one aisle, Fox and Scully go down the other, and then all of a sudden, it's like literally they remove some books, and there's Tessa's face.
Her face is right there.
Oh, God, it was so good. It was just so great. And then they're talking, right? And all I could do was, shh, shh. They're talking super loud in a library that's really small.
Well, she's trying to. This is what's her name? Her name is Tessa. Tessa is her name, and she's a friend of. Well, I don't think she's a friend of Ruby.
They hang out together. Yeah,
they hang out together, but they also hang out with this guy named Greg, and evidently Greg is an older guy who works at the bar, and they all mess around or whatever.
Yeah.
But evidently we find out later that this Tessa, I think she's just trying to frame up Ruby because of what happened to Greg.
Well, the idea that Tessa has run away, Greg's run away with her.
Yes.
So no reason to look for Greg.
No.
But we don't know he's missing yet either.
Right. So it's she's setting them up.
Yeah, and she's saying, Ruby is pregnant. That's why she and Greg are taken off together. And by the way, Greg works at the Pennsylvania Pub.
Is that the name of it? Pennsylvania Pub?
Pennsylvania Hotel and Pub.
The motorcycle bar?
Yep.
What a name for a motorcycle bar.
Especially in Iowa. Hello.
Especially in Iowa? Yeah.
Because they're not in Pennsylvania.
Wait a second. I didn't even realize that. Wait, what the heck?
So our next scene is at this bar, but it's not.
I would call a motorcycle bar Pipes and Liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah. So we got a
biker. Dead. Oh, go ahead.
We got a biker bar where we're headed.
Come up with your best biker bar name in the chat. Let me know. It doesn't have to be clean. We're R-rated. We're adults. Okay, it's got to be clean. Please make it clean. No, that would be cool though. Do that. Go ahead.
We will probably put this on iTunes, and then iTunes has to have it.
They'll flag it. Yeah. So
so we go to this biker bar, which is totally, again, a wasted segment, right?
Oh, and it looked like a toned down, like teen biker bar or something.
Yeah.
Like these people look like, they were going out, and it did not look like the rough and tumble Hells Angels, that's for sure. Let's play some pool, Sure thing. You want me to punch him out for you, Stephanie? I'll do that. Pop. Yeah, I mean, it just didn't look tough. You know what I mean? It didn't look tough. Even Kip behind the bar.
Who's Stephanie?
Anybody.
Did I miss that person?
She was the girl, the bimbo at the pool table.
Yeah, but anyway, you know, you got all
Bimbo.
these guys
Who's
in
bimbo
leather
nowadays?
and vests and everything, and you've got Mulder and Scully walking through. FBI, FBI, move aside. And they talk to this guy named, what was his name? Kip?
Kip is his name.
So they talk to Kip, and Kip's all like, yeah, he worked here, you know, but I haven't seen him in 3 weeks. And if you see him, tell him he's fired, you know? And then, like, we see his arm, and he's got a spaceship tattoo. And
a flying saucer. I know, it's the same thing.
A UAP.
Oh, no UAP. That's an unidentified, you know, we have an unidentified aerial phenomena. Anyways.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah, so then Fox Mulder goes, hey, what's that on your arm? And the guy's like, what does it look like?
Oh,
Do you actually
Ezra.
believe that?
I'm sorry, Dave. What the heck? They're coming up with some names. Good ones, everybody. Good ones. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he's like a flying. Oh, that's a great fly. And he's going to play like, you know, I don't believe in that stuff. What the heck? What are you, nuts? And he gets a story from him. Go on, Dave. Tell the story.
Then he, tells the story. Him and his bikers go out to Lake Okoboji, and he goes at night. We see some lights, and he pulls back his hair, shows him
got a burnt hair.
This thing that used to be an ear. You know, I was going to call him Vincent Van Gogh afterwards because he's missing his ear.
Yeah, no, it 100% looked like it was a melted ear. You know.
Yeah,
so.
It was nasty. It looks like rats had been eating at it. Yeah, like from Kolchak.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, 45. That's cool beans. 45. Who's 45?
Well, I think it is Sweet Indigo 45.
Oh, God, no, that's Sweet. You can't call her Sweet, not 45. Hey, 45. Let's not call people by our numbers now. These numbers are ridiculous. I do agree. I don't know why they had to add. Well, I guess there's a lot of people with similar names, you know, like Brian Smith. You know how many Brian Smith channels there are out there? Oh, wait, Dave's ripping paper. You gonna put your gum in there?
The next scene.
You gonna put your gum in that, Dave? What is it, Wrigley's? Trident?
I'm not chewing gum.
Okay. Whoa! You spill some water? Oh, there's Trident. Yeah. In his drawer. I can. You know what? One of these days.
Better than in my drawers.
I can imagine what's in that drawer, Dave. The relics.
Maybe.
Of Dave's upper drawer.
After we talked about all my pins, what's in Dave's drawer?
Guess. And you guys, you know, we could do that one time. There's going to be a segment in each episode where we're going to.
Oh, we could do it. We could do an episode a
segment where, hey, everybody, now it's the top of the hour. Now it's time for What's in Dave's Drawer. And everybody guesses, and I will pick one of those guesses, and we'll see if it's in Dave's drawer. And he would have to go in there and pick it out. All
right, sounds good.
Okay, so at the top of the hour, we'll do that. I think that'll be fun. It can't be Trident since we already know what's in there. Boom. Anyways, that's me, Sweet Indigo 45. That's me. Yes. Wait, has it always been 45 at the end of your name, Sweet Indigo? Dave, has it? Can you remember? I
don't remember anything.
Maybe hers has always been that. Did you take and register your name a couple years ago? Good for you. This episode brought to you by Roma Wine and Trident Gum. Okay, getting back to it. Yeah, we're at the bar scene in the flying saucer tattoo and his burnt hair. And he says, yeah, we saw a light. Basically, a light came and burned his hair. That's the one thing I was going to say to you at the very beginning, Dave, but we went too fast. When we opened up, what's in Dave's drawer? A crack. Well, there could be. I mean, it depends how old the desk is and what kind of wood it's made from.
Francis.
Yes. Okay. Good on you, sweet indigo. Yay! It's 45. Okay, so at the beginning, the saucer comes. Definitely, we know it's a flying saucer. It came there, a UFO, whatever, and the bright light. You know, we find out pretty soon that the whole camper top was just decimated and burnt.
Yes.
Why
Excuse me,
didn't-
I should have hit the cough button.
Wouldn't the kids have gotten burnt laying out there?
You would think at least one of them would have, because he was blonde and blue-eyed.
Yeah.
Light-skinned, Kevin.
What's that got to do with anything?
Because we're more sensitive to sun.
Yeah, but at those temperatures, because he also comes a little bit later on at the lake and he goes, you know what kind of temperatures you need to have sand turn to glass? 2,500 degrees.
And that was what he was holding, a fulgurite.
Good on you, Dave. Yes.
Thank you very much.
A lesson from Dave. We also have a segment every episode.
When lightning
X with Dave. I don't know.
hits the ground, particularly sand, it superheats it, and you get a glass spear, and that is a fulgurite.
Very nice. Yeah. We hit 50 thumbs up. Well, we need more than that, Raj.
Thank you, Raj.
Yeah, thank you, bud. Appreciate that.
There's not even enough numbers at the end of Raj's, name, because it's
It's time for everybody's favorite game show. What's in Dave's drawers? Oh my God, that's too good. Yes. Please hit that thumbs up button.
Thank you.
And all super chats are accepted. Hey, Rad Star, what's going on? Good to see you. That's so funny. Yeah, I can't wait. Top of the hour. What's in Dave's drawers? But that just, I was curious about that. But, again, that's why it gets a 7.5 and not an 8.2 on IMDb. Too many plot holes, Dave. Too many plot holes.
Quite a few, but it's only a 44-minute show.
Okay, so what happens after we leave the bar? I don't
We
think
see
anything.
Gillian Anderson in bed
Thank you.
at the hotel,
Just even better.
and she wakes up.
Oh,
Right? This again pissed me off. Okay, she's in a pajamas, right?
Yes.
I mean, she might as well.
They are silk.
They're not good silk though. They're more like polyester silk. It's like 50% silk. It's not even like
What's going on here?
no. And it's just like it's buttoned up, and it's buttoned up all the way like my shirt. What's the good use of that? Anyway,
Okay.
she's looking out the window.
She looked beautiful.
She's always beautiful.
Yeah, we know that.
I'm not going to kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
No.
So, anyway, she wakes up. There's people outside the window, outside the door, and she starts to see the door being turned and twisted and everything like that. She runs over, jumps out of bed to get her gun. First of all, you should sleep with your gun next to you. So she gets across.
Oh, she had time to go get her gun. I don't know why she did that. My God.
Grabs the gun, turns. These guys bust in,
It's
and they're all, "Where's Mulder?"
Waldsmeller.
This
Now,
pissed.
hold on.
Oh Jesus!
We'll start with this. Pissed me off. Is that a Freddy Krueger? And hey, JoJo, where you been? Don't be a stranger in the chat. Here is this isn't a puppet. This is from the 80s. Yeah, are you all right, Dave? Wow, Dave's still kind of under the weather. Oh my. But no, it's not a puppet. It's an actual figure. 1983, I think that's from. Very nice collectible. And he's just peeking out there. Okay. But yeah, don't be a stranger. We could always see you in chat. Dave's not a college professor. No reason. He's smart. Well, okay.
Was there a question about that?
I know. I don't even know what. I don't know what that was. Okay. Connie Clary, $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Dino and Dave. Thank you very much. Okay, so back at it. Okay. So Dave.
So this is my plot hole right
Yeah.
here. These guys,
You're pissed about this too, right?
these guys bust in looking for Mulder. Don't they know what room he's in? If they're supposed to be so smart, if they're supposed to be from the FBI, why bust in? What, you think they're sleeping together in the same room? Check Mulder, check the registration book.
My thing is
Oh,
Fox is so smart, and he's gone through so much of this kind of stuff that he checks in under a pseudonym, and they didn't know he was there. Whereas Scully, she's by the book. She's got nothing to hide, and she's got her name there. So they came to her first. Where's he at? I know he's around here somewhere if you're there. I don't know why I said it like that, because they didn't. But
they didn't. But then cutscene. Now we're in Mulder's room because we found Mulder, and he's shirtless. He's going around like he thinks he's Robert Conrad or something in the wild.
It's the beginning of his workout stage, because he still needs to buff up just a bit more.
More. Yeah.
He's looks like a teen. He's
they do look young.
They do. Yeah, it's a long time ago, Dave.
I know, like 35 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're now from the NSA, right? So we find out who they are, and he's all, where did you get these codes? He goes, I don't know. Why don't you tell me? And, they just do this back and forth thing. And, they end up saying that, like, this is a defense satellite code or something along those lines. I actually kind of missed what
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a satellite defense code, something like that. But when they actually break it down, that's not what it is, really. So I was a little confused about that too. I'm trying to read that. What the heck is that? The
midnight hour.
But why is the Y in
midnight
the
hour? Because someone probably took it with the I already.
Okay, that's true. Hail! I like the Phantom of the Opera mask. Thank you for being here as me and Dave talk about X-Files and much, 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 much more. Which at about 10 minutes will tell you the lineup for the coming weeks. I cannot wait to talk Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
I'll tell you what's in my drawer too at that time.
Yes, we will. We will play a little game. Did I miss anything else? I do like this. Honestly, Dino, I aspire to have a room like yours. Halloween stuff. Yes. Years of collecting. Dave's is, he's a professor. You got the books. You got the cup of pens, and he's going to do some cleaning up while I continue to go through the chat. But welcome. Okay. Let's get back to, oh, wait, did Kathy say something? It was a nice change having the highlight on the guy rather than the girl. About the shirtless. Yes, Kathy, there you go. 100%. The girl's got him with his shirt off, and, yeah. So I get that. Okay, go on.
Me.
The tension was real between Fox and Mulder, Ezra. You are 100% correct there.
It
was a defense satellite transmission.
That was it. And so they ask him, like, where did he get it? And he goes, it came from an 8-year-old. And I guess,
because at first they didn't know, and then the one guy comes in and he goes, hey, we got it, we're on our way. And that's when Scully comes in, and Fox goes, how could you? You just gave it away. Just gave away a little kid, right?
Yeah, and this is one of the parts I did not like about this episode, is that it made, up until this time, Scully has been very supportive. She's been very much like, hey, there's something going on here. She was kind of a rat in this episode. She was like giving up the family and telling Mulder, this has become personal for you and it shouldn't be, and all of this. And it's just, she did not play a good character in this episode.
Yeah, you've got a lot of issues with her in there, this episode, that's for sure.
Can't wait for episode 5.
Can't wait for the Night Stalker and Dark Side. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a few. Hey, Ocean Waves, what's going on? So this is my favorite scene in the movie. This is where they run out the door from the motel from Fox and Scully, and they're like, "We're on our way. We know where it's come from." So these idiots, these bumbling Keystone cops. I mean, I don't know. They're supposed to be high up. Everything's meticulous. You're supposed to don't touch nothing. We're going to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. So they rush into the house. They rush into the kids' room, and I just see the kid in the corner downstairs crying as these guys got mean faces going, "Get out of here, kid," and push him down the steps. I would have loved to have seen that if it was a comedy, like an 80s horror, like knock the kid down the steps. "Get out of here, you little brat. We're going up to search your room." And they get up there and they're throwing books off the shelves, and the one guy's like,
took his action figures. They took his He-Man action figures. And then he's got his little drawings up on the wall. Rip, rip, rip.
Dave, it was really funny as hell.
Yes.
And I was going, and even at the end, after they demolish his room, and as they're doing it, if you look at the looks on their face, these are supposed to be professional investigators. Yeah. They're mad.
Yeah.
They're angry. It's like the director said, act mad, pissed off, And I'm like, what is going on? And even at the end, when they left the room with boxes, they left like other books on it. What was so important with those coloring books?
No.
Or toys sticking out of the box. They're probably taking it to the local flea market. 25 cents. How much for that?
I actually would have loved to have been an actor playing one of those characters. Just tear up the kid's room. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. No, this is what we're going to do.
Oh, Dave, that scene is classic. Classic. This is why it's so good to go through.
Not only that, at the end, okay, it's like, not only do they take everything out of the room or some of the stuff out of the room, then they take the mom and the kid, and then like they're bringing them out to the Crown Victorias out in front, right? And they're all, "Oh no, we're going to separate the kid." Mom, it's like he's, like the Diary of Anne Frank is what I thought of, and it's just like they're throwing this kid away, and she goes, "I'll be back for you."
Oh my God. Yeah, it was really, really ridiculous and funny. Jojo says, "What's not in Dave's drawer? Rubber bands? He seems more of a binder clip guy." Well, let's not get into that, but that's kind of funny. Also, what did I see here?
I love binder clips. I hate rubber bands. Rubber bands, they break after a while. Never mind.
And your hands smell weird after messing around with them a little bit. And yeah, I got AC installed in my room to keep my treasures okay. Not only that, but I have state-of-the-art air purifier so that it stays dust free and keeps things, the chemicals out of the air. Oh yeah, no, this is like a museum is what it is what I call it. Yeah. So 100%. Anyways, Dave, as they're getting ready to leave the house, and they rush out of the door, and two guys couldn't get through the front door as they were leaving with the boxes, and they're stuck. And he goes, and the one guy just pushes them through.
Well, doesn't Scully go, "I'm sorry"? At the very end, I didn't know it was going to be like this.
I'm so embarrassed. How could I have done this to you?
So back up in the kids' room, that's where Mulder looks out the window and sees the top of the camper all toasty.
Yeah. It's been marshmallowed over an open fire is what it's been. It's just burnt to a crisp, So that's how she burnt her hand and everything. It was really bad. So it's that time in the show for What's in Dave's Drawers. And don't tell me we got to wait 4 minutes to the top of the hour. We're close enough. I think this is where we stop, Dave, and we play the game.
Do they guess, or do I just pick a random item from the drawer?
No, but if you pick a random item, then no, we can't do that. Everybody pick. Tell me right now, and everybody be quick about it. Tell me what's in Dave's drawer, and I will pick one of your choices that I think is, oh, this is a good choice, and I will ask Dave, and we will see what's in Dave's drawer. So do that. Put it in the segment as Dave talks about our upcoming shows. Dave,
MeTV is never gonna ask us to host.
Oh, they'll ask us. Yeah, they have already, and I turned them down. I said, "There's no way. We need more money."
Call him back.
Seinfeld, remember? George held out for more money, and he blew it. Okay, Dave. So what do we got coming up here?
Well,
oh, come on, you guys.
Hold on.
Easier. Come on. It's got to be something more unique than that.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So next week we have a returning guest. It is Dr. Jeff Thompson from Tennessee State University. We're going to be talking Kolchak, Dark Shadows, and Robert Bloch. And if you have not seen the thumbnail on this one, it is excellent with the Psycho House in the back.
Thank you.
Probably the best
thumbnail
I've ever seen.
Work of art. Thank you very
2
much.
weeks from today, we are going to be dealing with Columbo and the second pilot called Ransom for a Dead Man. So I'm really excited by that. 3 weeks, Art Bell, Men in Black. Then we're going to go to the Wild Wild West, Scooby-Doo. August 10th, mark your calendars for Kolchak, the Night Stalker, the original 1972, 1971, 1972 film.
1972. Yep. Okay, so that is the lineup coming up, and yes, we've already got 11 likes for Kolchak in August. So that's fun. Oh my God, there's some really good things going on here. Let me just go through real quick, and then we'll get back to X-Files here. I can't hazard a guess, says Harry Scott. Pens? He definitely has a Franklin Covey daily planner. Okay, you know what? We're going to do two guesses. Tell me there's not that in there.
There's not that in there.
Okay. My God, that's so specific, JoJo. What the heck? Okay, we got paper clips. I know which one I'm going with. I'm just saying all these. Spare change. Don't say nothing, Dave. Partially used lip balm. Eraser, binder clips, pens, a piece of two of cat hair. I know that's in there. We don't need to ask that. Let's see. Stationaries in the Dave's drawer. More pens and pencil, stapler. I like Sweet Indigo's dust. We know that's in there, Sweet Indigo. At least Harry says at least one red pen because he's a teacher. He grades. I don't know. I'm sure. I know he's got a red pen. But you know which one okay, you can stop now. Chewing gum. We got all that. We know chewing gum's in there, Nathan. Rubber bands. For this week, I'm going to pick out a kind of a unique one, and you tell me if it's there, because I thought I almost think that it's in there. Spare change. Dave, do you have no spare change in your middle drawer?
No, spare change goes right over here on a cabinet.
I knew. Okay, so he's got a specific spot for it. Okay,
I do. It's just not the desk.
Okay, then you know what? One more, real quick.
I will tell you, out of all the things people have guessed, 2 are correct.
Well, it's probably the easy ones. I think paper clips and pens are in there. You don't have pens in your top drawer. They're all there.
Here.
They have a place.
Why would I need it in the top drawer?
Okay, so my guess that it is. No, we can't. Let's go with this one. Francis McCloskey. Partially used lip balm.
Lip balm doesn't belong in the desk. It belongs in the medicine cabinet.
Okay, now we're going to... Okay, I'm going to do it this way. Dave is going to tell us what's in Dave's drawer that was correct in the chat. Go on, Dave. Who got the correct answer?
Stapler.
Stapler.
And Kathy
Kathy, okay.
had eraser. I have a white eraser and a black eraser.
Yeah, why choose?
Yeah. So
Okay, so eraser and
Hard eraser.
stapler.
yeah.
We got to keep this in mind for future episodes of What's in Dave's Drawers. He has a stapler. He already has a stapler, and he has erasers. And we know how meticulous he is, that everything's got proper places around the office.
It has to, yes.
So keep that in mind, what may be in that drawer. Okay, so that was fun.
Yes, I think this actually spells out OCD in binary code.
Well, I didn't want to ever say that, but I think
That's
yeah,
okay.
I figured. My spirit changes in two different jugs.
But I wanted to when we were playing this game, Anna just skipped down. Anna Mae Beekman, my two daughters, and I were extras in an X-File, the 1940s Black Baseball Team episode. I think that's pretty awesome.
Oh, okay. Anna Mae Beekman. Very cool. Nice to have you here as we talk about the X-Files. Maybe once a month, something like that. Yeah.
We need more Sundays because
listen, I know.
Oh man, I just look at the schedule. We're booked. We're going to be into September because I just wrote down 2 more things we need to do.
I know. And next week, what's in Dave's drink, says JoJo. That's a good one. Well, yeah, maybe the segment is what's in Dave's drawers.
Hennigan's. The no tell, no smell scotch.
Yes. Where you can go. Anyways, well, okay. So let's get back to it. Back to the X-Files. Oh my God, as I belch. Jeez. How unprofessional of me. How dare I? Okay, so he sees that it's scorched, so there's a little bit of proof there. He wants to go back to the Lake Okoboji. Lake Okoboji.
No.
Sounds like oh, nope, we're not there. So, Dave, take it away.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we had to go back to FBI headquarters because there is a very beautiful assistant, and she is running through the binary codes into the computer.
Talk more about that, Dave.
And it's coming up with, first of all, it's a crummy computer. We know that crummy computer couldn't do that quickly.
Couldn't.
Yeah, it's just like someone switching the channels. It's like literally, here's part of Da Vinci's masterpiece. Here's a double helix. Here is a little bit of a song. It's just all these weird things that are accumulating in these codes. And it just so happened that one of the codes was the satellite, reference, whatever thing.
That's awful sweet of you, Raj. Thank you very much. I don't know why you would cry when I stop. I mean, I'm nothing special. I actually am.
I cried before the stream.
Dave cries before the stream. Again, Anna Mae Beekman says David Duchovny directed this episode. Did he?
Oh no, I think he did the 1940s Black Baseball Team episode.
Oh, okay, yeah, because this one he didn't. I know there was a different director for this one. Okay, I interrupted you again. Nothing new there. Nothing new there.
That's okay. And so this is when the mom gets pissed. She says, the kid gets released from FBI headquarters, and she's all, stay away from me, stay away from my son. And then they go to the lake. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you were talking about the binary code that she said this is all the information in those binary code that you got. And yeah, it was like, I thought they were going to say this is what's on the Voyager, all that information. There was like some music in there.
Yeah.
There was some artwork in there. What the heck was that? I just heard a beep. Did you hear that? Huh. That's awful strange, Dave. Okay, I'm here. It's spooky time down in anyways, okay. I don't know, Dave.
It's not me.
It's not your phone? Huh?
Not me.
Mine's off. My phone's off, so I know that much. Okay. Anyways, it wouldn't beep. But anyways, the by neighbor, it had pictures, artwork, music. So it had a little bit of everything. And Fox said, yeah, kind of like changing channels. Like I don't know what that meant, but anyways, so that was that. And then they go back to Lake Okoboji. Oh my God, what a name! Where they end up seeing some white wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite nice. Took me back to the late 1700s.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Take me back to Night Gallery episodes.
Oh, it did. Even though they weren't albinos, they weren't white. They were half German Shepherd mix of some sort. Oh, man, that beep was the government tapping your stream. Oh boy, it's Deep Throat. Oh, Ed, yeah, no, it could quite be. I mean, you guys don't know about my undercover streams that I do,
No, but we know about your Jim Lear stream.
Oh, geez, yeah. So yeah, there's the white wolves, Dave, and they're coming out of the wolves. I mean, the wolves. They're coming out of the woods. Woo! Okay, I love the scene there too at the lake, man. Wouldn't you just like to have a cabin there?
Oh
by that
man,
lake?
it was so beautiful. It was like, Scully in front talking smack, David Duchovny going, "No, there's something here. I feel it."
It says, look at the tree line up there, all scorched. Well, we have lightning storms, electrical storms, she says. Yeah, she does. She has an attitude in this episode.
I told you.
I like it. I mean, yeah, she's tough in this one, but she's got something to say about everything. But yeah, it's scorched. This is where he sees the glass on the beach. He picks up seashells too. He's a big collector of seashells. But yeah, out of the woods, because she mentions, look, they could have easily come and kidnapped her from the tree line there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got her, went back in. So the wolves made the fox goes, Scully, come on, let's go. So they're booking it into the woods, and not too far in, there's a shallow rock grave there, Dave. And tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's shallow.
Oh,
and it's ringed with rocks. And when we get there,
it's interesting you would give it those types of adjectives.
Yeah. So while we're there, there's like 2 or 3 other white wolves. And then it's definitely a grave, right? I mean, it's like full-on grave. And as you just did, David Duchovny just pulls up his gun and fires.
And it's a quick bury. See, I mean, when I don't have enough, when a person wouldn't have enough time. Oh, geez. When a person wouldn't have enough time to bury the body,
really,
you would cover it shallow, but you don't want animals to get to it. So any kind of rocks in the area, you would put whatever is heavy there on top of it, just so it's hard to get to.
I don't think
that's what I read.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think the person who did the burying would have done that much. That didn't sit well with me either, because we uncovered the grave. Well, first of all, we don't uncover it. David Duchovny,
they would have never found it if they didn't go back to that site,
right,
and see the wolves.
Correct.
Yeah, so it is a good job. Just coincidence that
Yeah, I always think too, it would have been interesting to see.
Thank you, Albert.
Scully is still on the beach and she hears the gunshot firing, running to meet Mulder or whatever.
You know what Fox has? Scoliosis. He's in love.
Yeah. So
dumb joke.
He's down on
bad taste
on the ground. You can smell the decomposing body underneath.
Yeah.
I've got to find out if it's her. He starts moving the rocks. She goes, "No, you can't disturb a crime scene." Again, she's messing with the whole thing of the show. Yeah, so he goes, "Get out of my way, woman." And he pushes her away. And he
goes, "Get out of my way." Yeah.
He keeps
on
digging.
Alice, to the moon.
He keeps on digging. And then the next scene we have is crime tape being put up around the grave.
So he gave in to her.
and it's a guy, and we find out that it's Greg that's been missing for 3 weeks, and he's been killed. They open up his wallet, and there's a note in it saying we have to go see Dr. Furley.
Dr. Furley, Dr. Jack Fowler.
Dr. Jack Fowler.
And his phone number is on there.
Yeah. And the date of their appointment. So
yeah. And I believe we come to find out. Well, are we there yet, or am I giving something?
Yeah, we can get there. It's
okay. So well, yeah. I mean, we're kind of there. They go and get they line it up because Fox figured out from the earlier note to meet me across the street in the alley. In the library. I'll be in the adult section. I don't know what's wrong with you, Dino. So, yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't even know really, but I should know tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be a long conversation. Anyways, he knows it's the same writing, so he ends up saying, "Hey, the same person. We got to bring in Tessa." So they bring in that floozy. I think she's a worse floozy than the other one.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So they bring her in. They got her both by the arms and they're walking her down the hall.
That's a great scene. Oh my gosh. So we got this one, like basically
Ralph Furley.
Literally, it's someone you'd see walking down the strip in Vegas, little leather, dress and high heels and stuff like that. And she's flanked by 2 police officers walking down this aisle. They throw her into a room. Fox Mulder's there. Dana Scully's there. The police chief's there.
Cracking me up how Fox is trying to be the bad guy and he's slamming his hand.
Oh,
if I'm being interrogated, somebody slaps their hand. You think that's going to break me? Oh my God, no, he slammed his hand.
That was the worst acting I've ever seen him do.
Yeah,
I wrote down, you killed him. Bam. You killed her. Bam.
Yeah,
it's like there's no way. And Dana Scully's all like, yeah, we've got her. She's admitted to 1 murder. And we know that the other person's missing. She'll get convicted for that too. Case closed. We're done. Let's go back to where.
So evidently Tessa got impregnated by Greg, and she was trying to blame it on Ruby. And it didn't work. And
nothing.
Ruby from the beginning.
Yeah, I know. She said, never
the
mind.
bad princess. But anyways, yeah, that's what was going on, Dave, right? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, Greg was wanting to be with Ruby, but he impregnated Tessa and they were going to run away together. But then that changed, and
Tessa tried setting up Ruby, like she had something to do with it.
And they were going to run away together, and that's why she's not there anymore, and he's gone. So why look for him? Because he's buried. Luckily, there's white wolves.
Yeah, and yada, yada, yada. We move on. Oh, God, Dave. Yeah, you need some halls mental of this. So, he's got... You got halls. Ricola! I can't yodel. I can if I tried and practiced for a good... Give me a couple hours. I don't know. Anyways. So, yes, they go to back to Darlene's house, right?
Yes.
And they end up seeing a bunch of 10101010111110, a bunch of binary code again laid out on the floor. Fox is sitting there going, as Scully starts to walk up the stairs.
Oh, no.
Oh,
TV's on.
Yeah.
No one's home. So Mulder turns the TV off. Electricity, very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And then Scully goes into the kitchen and the teapot's going on. And so she turns that off and is nice, puts a little, towel on the top, moves it to another burner so it stops whistling. And then she does go upstairs, and all the way at the very landing, she stops and she's all, Mulder, come up here, quick.
Hurry up. And we will unveil that in a second. Thurston, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat, Talking X-Files. Love the old magician Thurston illusionist lithograph. I love that. I actually have all of those in my collection of old lithographs. So that is pretty cool. Love the old magical artwork. So welcome. And hey, Bubba, good to see you.
Hello, Bubba.
So when Scully gets Fox up there, they look down, and that binary code kind of showed the shape, kind of like those paintings where, you know, it's all kinds of weird colors and, you know, abstract, and you look at it long enough and you see an image of something.
Unless you're colorblind.
Like Dave, yeah. Can't even enjoy those paintings. Remember Seinfeld?
Yes.
Mr. Lipton was
Mr. Lipman.
Yeah, Mr. Lipman.
I see it. You have to look at the angle and squint your eyes.
Remember those paintings for a while where if you got to look
blur your eyes, don't. It's squinting.
But it makes a picture of Ruby. So very interesting, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, MR, what's going on? Good to see you. So it's a picture of Ruby. So guess where they're going next, Dave?
The lake.
Yeah, they're going back to the lake. They're going back to the lake to see if they can close this case. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least move on to the next one. Oh, man. So they go to the lake, and there's the trailer there, and they're all, oh, good. We found the right place. And Scully's all, look, there's a trailhead. And so they go running down the trail, and there's the mom. I've fallen. And I can't
get up.
So she's twisted her ankle, and Scully's all, I'll stay with her. You go run and get Kevin. And so he goes, all right. And so he's running after Kevin. Kevin's in the field. And again, just like the very first episode of X-Files, where you start to see the lights from over the hill, they end up being headlights from biker gang.
It's the biker gang in the woods.
Here, what does Kevin do? Kevin's just standing there. Mulder tackles him and holds him to the ground just in case they get run over by a motorcycle. How stupid is this? Why can't they be standing up so the motorcycle people can see them?
Yeah, I mean, evidently the Kip is back in the woods, but, you know, with his gang. But, yeah, no. Because he goes there often for UFO sightings. But, yeah.
And so, of course, then, you know, after they go by, he's all, what are you doing? And he's all, she's here.
She's here. And then you hear Scully go, Fox. And then you hear,
I was going to go, goose. Fox, goose.
Fox, I'm over here, Scully. I'm in my pajamas. They're silk. And Dave says he doesn't care. So Fox, please.
I didn't even like the color.
What? Let me see. Can I remember? I think it was it a greenish?
It was like bluish.
You don't know what color things are.
I do too.
I'm colorblind, but I knew her pajamas were green. Clean and green.
Yeah. So they found Ruby. Cut scene to the hospital, and Scully, being the doctor she is going over the chart.
We're spent. We burned up too much energy. No, not even close.
Yeah, you should have been to our marathon session if you want burned up energy.
So he runs over to Scully. They found Ruby. Did you just say that?
Was she performing CPR on her?
Yeah, because she's like was in a coma.
Okay.
So she got dropped there from the aliens.
I thought she was in the woods.
Whatever.
All right.
I mean, you know, they got to always drop them wherever. The humans are back at the woods. Let's drop her in the trail they are walking, and then we will take off to the mothership. Beep, beep. So that's what happened. And, you know, they called the ambulance. They took her to the hospital where when I seen her, she didn't look like a tramp.
No, she looked like a very nice young lady.
Yes.
Tessa was just very jealous of her because she was, you know, prettier than she was. And we find out that the white blood cells are off the chart. We find out.
Oh, I loved when he talked about that. Yeah, he's like
got a couple other
symptoms of prolonged weightlessness.
That was it. And so, he goes, yeah, astronauts get this.
Yeah.
And so they go in and they talk to her. And even the kid is all like, it's okay. They know, you know? And she goes, well, they told me not to say anything. Who's they? Who's they? And so Mulder goes into his, cross-examination phase, which is horrible. And then the mom's all, hey, don't you be talking to my daughter. I had to go through a lifetime of hell. I don't want her to go through the same.
I get it.
And then cut scene, and it's Scully listening to a cassette tape.
Yes, a cassette tape of the files that she has on what happened to Fox Mulder, the hypnotic regression that he went through to get back all of his memories from what happened to him and his sister that day that she disappeared with the light in the sky. And again, another great part. You don't see too many emotional parts in the X-Files, but cut scene, Fox is sitting in a pew in the church looking at his sister's picture with some tears, and they fade away, and you see him just it was a good ending.
It was even very aesthetically pleasing, because he's right in the middle of the church. We have a cross section, and right above him is the crucifixion. So you've got Christ on the cross, Mulder right underneath him.
Stained glass windows.
He's got his, picture of his sister, and he's just like letting it all out. And it was so emotional. It was such a great ending, I thought.
Oh yeah, so good. I loved it. Again, it gets to the heart of what Fox is doing all of this for, and maybe Scully's character took a backseat a bit in this episode, like Dave said. I get it, but still a very good episode.
And the last voiceover that you hear is Mulder, and he's saying that the voice is saying she will not be harmed and she will be returned.
Exactly right. You do hear that. Yes, you do hear that. And yeah, anyways, anybody who knows X-Files knows how that works out. So loved it, Dave. We keep going, man. And again, next week is we'll have Jeff Thompson, and we'll be talking Psycho, Dark Shadows, Kolchak, whatever. We'll be all over the place, but yeah. Say, what's up, guys? Justin. Hey, Justin, what's going on? Good to see you. Anyways, there you go. Another week in the book. And thank you for the segment, Yoo-hoo, for sponsoring What's in Dave's Drawers. Yeah.
Maybe Funhole will be sponsoring next week.
I got to put in time and work for that, but it ain't going to happen.
Don't forget that. 5 delicious flavors.
Oh, my God. Good stuff. Good stuff. Tell you what, Yoo-hoo, man. So good, but never drink the strawberry. Anyway, or the cookies and cream.
Ew.
Oh, I know. What?
Ew.
I know. With that said, thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Appreciate it very much. Please leave that thumbs up, and please try to comment after the show. Let us know what you think in the comment section after we end the show. Comment on what you think is in Dave's drawer so I can come up with maybe something good. Oh, no, come on. This is going to be ongoing.
Well, that's fine, but just don't leave it in a comment.
Don't.
Just save it. Bring it next week.
Okay, well, we'll do it next week. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, that's what's in Dave's freezer. Well, we don't need to know that. I mean, it could be arms and legs and lungs. Who the hell knows? I don't know.